So far, Janet's reluctance to engage with large elements of her childhood is making things difficult for Dr. Connell. But he's convinced that her character has been shaped by her early experiences, and he's planning a different approach to their next session. He's asked her to complete a range of psychological tests, which he thinks will stimulate discussion on the person she is today. He's hoping to draw links to her past.
Do I disagree, neutral, agree? What about the section for if you think the question's stupid? You've got to put yourself into the pathetically piddling mindset of the twat that wrote this test. They're like those fuckwits that play that Sudoku in the paper. It doesn't prove you're intelligent. Have you ever said anything bad or nasty about anybody? Yes, yes, yes. Was your mother a good woman? Oh, not answering that. Would you feel sorry for an animal caught in a trap? Oh, no, I'm a psychopath. There you go.
Janet's responses will give Dr. Connell insights into 4 key areas of her personality. He'll discover how stable, extrovert, ambitious and agreeable she is. Armed with the results, he's ready for round 2.
Well, who's the worst person that you've ever had to do this to?
Well, I couldn't say, could I?
I'm not an ideal client of yours, am I?
I mean, I've had my challenges.
What about these tests?
All right, shall we have a look at them?
Yeah.
I mean, what's interesting with you is that there's a sort of wide spectrum of results. You'll be glad to hear that you're not considered neurotic, which means you're basically emotionally stable. In terms of extroversion, you're pretty high on that. Achievement striving score is practically at the top of the possibles. But the one that you really are low on, like very low, practically rock bottom, is this thing that they call agreeableness.
Oh, what? So I'm really disagreeable?
It's basically to do with you and how you relate interpersonally.
Oh, yeah, interpersonal skills, that's such a good word.
How altruistic you are.
Yeah.
You know, how sympathetic to others
Yeah.
you are. How eager to help others. You help others in the expectation that they'll help you in return.
I know, but I don't only help other people to get them to help me. That part's
No, no.
I'm a very loyal friend.
Okay.
But then when I've
So you're not
also,
a serial...
I'm quite thin-skinned about my friends as well, that I would, you know, not... If I thought that I had upset them, I would be profoundly upset.
You would?
Yeah.
Okay. I think some people might be surprised by that. I mean,
Oh, no,
you
I
sort
care more about them than anybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's true what you say about interpersonal skills, though. Yeah, I haven't really got them.
You haven't?
I've got a limited amount of capability to, you know, deal with emotions. So I've rationed it out because
Well,
I know I've got only so much.
most people who operate with a limited amount of stuff for others wouldn't be aware of it, I would think.
Well, I'm perfectly aware of it. I'm perfectly aware of my inability to, you know, give up more of myself to other people than beyond a certain point. But I've chosen to do that. I'm comfortable with it. You know, I don't expect everybody watching this programme to like me or to be interested in me. And I accept that a third of the people I'm going to meet in my whole life will loathe me. But, you know, that's a very good equation to work, you know, to work on, that 1/3 of the people that you form, you know, that you meet, you're going to have some connection with. There'll be a third that you can get by with, and then there'll be a third that it's not going to work. Life's too short to go around worrying about all of that.
But you're not overly held back or troubled by the third that you don't win over. It doesn't...
Not really, no. But it took me a long time.
Okay.
It took me to my 40s to understand that. And I honestly think if only I had understood that earlier in life, I wouldn't have been so hurt when people wrote things about me that I didn't like. But, you know,
So
you just grow extra layers, you know. It just kind of one day you wake up and you think, right, well, I've got it.
So in a cliched way, you sort of done your own therapy.
Well, yeah, and in
haven't
a
you?
cliched way, Barry, I've grew up in my 40s because also I was successful enough and, you know, had a good enough career throughout my 20s not to have to grow up. And even now, you know, I can honestly say to you, most of me hasn't had to grow up. I've had the luxury of being a childish brat.
So my childhood is a work in progress.
Yeah, it's not finished.